I was working on a Google document sharing all of the red flags dating men for my Patreon members, and I just had to share some of them with you because these are serious things that can dodge bullets. Red flag number 1, if he's broke and cannot afford his lifestyle. I'm gonna try to be short and cute with this because most of the girlies get it, but if you don't, if you feel bad because a man is broke and can't give you much, you're thinking, what if he really likes you and you miss out on a good opportunity on a good man just because he has limited means? I need you to really ask yourself, if you want to stand beside a man who can't contribute to anything or much of anything because of his struggle, are you okay with struggling with him out of love instead of being with someone that can pull you out of your struggle and take care of you so you can have the option to rest when your body needs to? Are you willing to be the breadwinner and go to work when you don't have the energy to make sure the bills are paid? If you have a child with this man, are you okay with sacrificing being a full-time mom to be a full-time employee? Are you willing to clock in with morning sickness while you're pregnant with this man's child? Are you okay with bearing multiple burdens that will age you faster and cause physical and mental complications long term? Because working every day is not a burden that women are made to bear. Yeah, some men with money are controlling, but there's just as much broke people who are just as controlling and dangerous. You really don't need a rich man. What will give you that security is a provider. What often happens to those who choose quick love over a man who can fully provide for his women and children is they end up resenting their partner once all the complications and side effects of choosing struggle love are in front of them. And I'm not judging those who do choose love over security, who don't care to prioritize both. This is just what I've observed from a lot of relationships. Usually when you date a man that can't take care of himself, you're setting yourself up for failure, and especially if you have kids with him. Another red flag is he proudly treats women like showing off the nudes that girls send him, bragging about how many girls he's using, how many girls are throwing themselves at him, openly telling you how he cheats. Girl, run. I personally wouldn't even be friends with this type of guy. Because when you spend a lot of time with a guy, feelings could develop, and now you're falling for an asshole that you know is an asshole. Another red flag is he asks sexual questions too soon. The first date, before really getting to know you, he's already asking you what color your panties are, your bra size, if you titillate yourself. Like, translation, he wants you for what's between your legs, and he's too lazy and impatient. He'd rather shoot his shot to try to get a quick little something, even though it might give the wrong impression and turn you off completely. He'd rather do that than to actually take his time, be appropriate, be respectful, and pretend like he likes you. A guy who actually likes you isn't gonna risk losing you through such a vulgar, inappropriate approach. If he really likes you, he'll do things to win your heart. It's not rocket science. Another red flag is he calls you out and tries to make you feel bad for who you are and what you like. This isn't build a workshop. Forming a healthy relationship is loving your partner as they are, not wanting to change them into how you want them to be. That is an absolute recipe for disaster. And the last red flag that I'm gonna share with you guys, but before I do, comment below some red flags of your own that you've noticed with dating men. No shade to men. We're just girlies putting other girlies on. You know, actually all shade to men. All shade to men that do this, but no shade to men that don't do this. And the last red flag is the suffocator. If in the beginning of the talking phases, he can't go one day without talking to you, he's got an attitude with you, he's calling out the fact that you won't text him within an hour, within a day, he's mad that you don't call him more, he wants to know what you're doing all the time, where you are all the time. Mind you, you just met this person. And even if you didn't, like, having a guy that wants to text you every day may seem romantic at first, but it can quickly become controlling if you allow him to think he's entitled to your time and attention all the time. Unless he's paying your bills or unless he's your husband, don't let a guy get too comfortable all up in your butt cheeks, because then it's gonna get in his head that he owns those butt cheeks and he hasn't even invested in them.